our topic of discussion is reproductive hormones. Okay, reproductive hormones. So, what are the reproductive hormones? Can you name some reproductive hormones? Progesterone, estrogen, then আর কি আছে? FSH, LH, very good. So these are the reproductive hormones. So reproductive hormone, it is related to which axis? Hypothalamus, pituitary, gonadal axis. Okay, hypothalamus, pituitary, gonadal axis. The field of reproductive endocrinology encompasses the hormones of hypothalamus, pituitary, gonadal axis. So from hypothalamus, what hormone is secreted? GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone. And from anterior pituitary, which hormones is secreted? Which hormones are secreted? LH and FSH. Okay, LH and FSH. And from gonads, in case of female, which hormones are secreted? Estrogen. And progesterone, it is secreted from progesterone. It is also secreted from ovary. Okay, and in case of male, what is the gonadal hormone in case of male? Ki bol? Testosterone. Very good, testosterone. So GnRH is secreted from hypothalamus. It directs pituitary to synthesize and release of FSH and LH. Full form of FSH is follicular stimulating hormone, and full form of LH is luteinizing hormone. In states of reproductive health, serum concentration of this hormone rise and fall in a tightly regulated and well characteristic manner. So if there is any dysfunction of reproductive system or reproductive health, then we can easily measure this hormone level, okay, to assess the pathology. Have you completed reproductive hormone in physiology? Complete? So as I have already stated, from hypothalamus, gonadotropin releasing hormone is synthesized. It stimulates the anterior pituitary, and from anterior pituitary, gonadotropins are secreted. This LH, FSH and PRL, they are called gonadotropins. Okay, gonadotropins. So FSH, LH and also prolactin. Prolactin is also synthesized from anterior pituitary. So in case of gonads, testosterone, that is the principal androgen, it is important for spermatogenesis. And in case of female, estrogen, progesterone and inhibin is also secreted from the gonads. So these are the reproductive hormones. So this diagram shows that hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. The left side, it is for left side diagram card. In case of কি দেখতে পাচ্ছিস বল এখানে pituitary, testis, Leydig cell, Sertoli cell. So this axis is in case of male and this axis is in case of female. Okay. So you can see in case of male, the left side it is for male. So from hypothalamus, GnRH is secreted and there is positive sign, that means it activates the pituitary, and from pituitary LH and FSH is secreted. This LH and FSH, they stimulates the Leydig cell. There are two types of cell, Leydig cell and Sertoli cell. Okay. So from Leydig cell, testosterone is secreted. Okay. Then testosterone further acts on Sertoli cell and all other and the end organ, that means other organ. Okay. So testosterone, it acts on Sertoli cell and it helps in spermatogenesis. And from Sertoli cell, another hormone is produced, that is inhibin. Inhibin, it inhibits the secretion of pituitary hormone. Okay. And testosterone, you can see it sends the negative feedback inhibition towards pituitary and hypothalamus. So from Leydig cell, testosterone is secreted, and from Sertoli cell, inhibin is secreted. Okay. So when the testosterone level in blood increases, then only it can send the feedback inhibition. Okay, negative feedback means it will decrease the secretion of GnRH and also secretion of LH and FSH. Okay. So this is hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis in case of male. Now coming to in case of female. Okay. In case of female, from hypothalamus same GnRH is secreted, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone. And this GnRH will activate the anterior pituitary, and from anterior pituitary this is FSH and LH. So FSH and LH will be secreted. This FSH and LH will act on the ovaries, and from ovaries estradiol, that means it is estrogen, it is a type of estrogen, progesterone, inhibin, activin, they will be secreted. Now the feedback inhibition of estrogen and progesterone is not that much simple as compared to the male. Okay, in case of male, increased testosterone means it will send negative feedback, but in case of female, increased estrogen and progesterone, that means increased level of estrogen and progesterone does not always show negative feedback. You can see there are two phases, follicular phase and in luteal phase. So in follicular phase, the estrogen, actually in follicular phase there is very low level of progesterone, there is only estrogen. This estrogen in follicular phase, this gives কি করছে, কি ফিডব্যাক দিচ্ছে ফলিকুলার ফেজে, কি রে এখানে কিছু এরকম সাইন থাকলে বুঝবি এটা ইনহিবিশন, আর এরকম অ্যারো দেওয়া আছে মানে এটা অ্যাক্টিভেশন, ঠিক আছে। সো ইন ফলিকুলার ফেজ ইউ ক্যান সি there is activation of GnRH secretion and there is activation of FSH and LH secretion. This is in follicular phase. But you can see in luteal phase. In luteal phase there is inhibition of anterior pituitary and also inhibition of hypothalamus. Okay. So it is different from the male. So what happens in the follicular phase? In follicular phase there is low level of estrogen. Okay. When there is low level of estrogen, then it activates the synthesis of FSH and LH. But in luteal phase, the estrogen level rises. Okay, there is large amount of estrogen in the blood. So then it will show the inhibitory effect. বোঝা গেছে? So the inhibition, the regulatory regulation is different in case of follicular and luteal phase. Okay. In follicular phase, what happens? কি হয় follicular phase এ? কি হয় রে ফলিকুলার ফেজে? ফলিকল ডেভেলপমেন্ট হয়, ঠিক আছে, ডেভেলপমেন্ট এন্ড ম্যাচুরেশন অফ ফলিকল। সো ডেভেলপমেন্ট এন্ড ম্যাচুরেশন অফ ফলিকল নিডস হুইচ হরমোন? ফলিকুলার স্টিমুলেটিং হরমোন, নাম দেখেই তো বোঝা যাচ্ছে ফলিকুলার স্টিমুলেটিং হরমোন FSH। এন্ড হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স ইন লুটিয়াল ফেজ? লুটিয়াল ফেজ কখন বলবো? কখন বলবো লুটিয়াল ফেজ? when corpus luteum is formed after ovulation. After ovulation, the Graafian follicular matured follicle is transformed into corpus luteum. So this is hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. So coming to the hormones one by one. GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. It is a decapeptide. Decapeptide means কটা থাকবে? 10টা কি থাকবে? অ্যামাইনো অ্যাসিড, ভেরি গুড। সো ইট ইজ এ ডেকাপেপটাইড, এগুলো এমসিকিউ আসতে পারে, ঠিক আছে। ইট ইজ এ ডেকাপেপটাইড, GnRH is a decapeptide. It is synthesized and released from the neurons of the hypothalamus. That's why it is called neurohormone. It is also known as LHRH, that is luteinizing hormone releasing hormone. So GnRH stimulates the synthesis and secretion of gonadotropins, that is FSH and LH from the pituitary. But GnRH secretion it occurs in a pulsatile manner. Pulsatile manner মানে কি রে? ফিজিওলজিতে পড়েছিস তো। GnRH secretion occurs in pulsatile manner. হ্যাঁ, because the level of GnRH sometimes it rises and sometimes it falls. Okay, when the level of GnRH falls, that is low frequency GnRH. Low frequency GnRH pulse, it leads to FSH release. And high frequency GnRH pulse stimulates LH release. বোঝা গেছে? when GnRH secretes in low frequency, then it will stimulate secretion of FSH. But when GnRH secretion is in high frequency, then it will stimulate LH release. Okay? এটা একটা ইন্টারেস্টিং জিনিস, ঠিক আছে, এটা মনে রাখবেন। Now coming to FSH, that is follicular stimulating hormone. FSH is also a glycoprotein in nature. Okay, FSH also is a glycoprotein in nature. আচ্ছা, হরমোন আর কি নেচার হয় বাই নেচার, কেমিক্যাল নেচার? স্টেরয়েড হয়, গ্লাইকোপ্রোটিন হয়। স্টেরয়েড হরমোনের এক্সাম্পল বল। Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, they also steroid. So FSH is a glycoprotein dimer. It has alpha and beta subunit. Okay, the alpha subunit, it has structural similarity with FSH, TSH, okay, and HCG. FSH, TSH, and HCG, they all have similar alpha subunit. Okay, but the beta subunit of these enzymes are unique. So the alpha subunit of FSH, LH, TSH, and HCG, they are same, but they all have beta unique beta subunit. GnRH stimulates FSH release, as we have already discussed. The hypothalamus produces GnRH and it is released into the hypophyseal portal circulation, and it acts via hormonal mechanism of action. পড়েছিস? GnRH acts via লেখাই আছে GPCR. হোয়াট ইজ GPCR? এগুলো ফিজিওলজিতে পড়ানো হয়নি? হ্যাঁ, তা বল, হোয়াট ইজ GPCR? G protein coupled receptor. G protein coupled receptor. It acts via G protein coupled receptor at gonadotropic cell of anterior pituitary. এই gonadotropic cell থেকে LH and FSH are secreted. So GnRH acts via G protein coupled receptor. So those gonadotropic cell produces LH and FSH. LH and FSH act synergistically in reproduction. GnRH release occurs in pulsatile manner. We already know low pulse frequency stimulates more FSH production. In female, negative feedback from estrogen level inhibits FSH secretion, and in male, levels of inhibin B secreted by Sertoli cell in response to FSH inhibits FSH secretion via negative feedback. So FSH secretion is inhibited in case of female by estrogen, and in case of male it is by inhibin B. So inhibin B sends negative feedback so that FSH secretion decreases, and estrogen sends negative feedback so that FSH secretion decreases. So inhibin and estrogen, they regulate FSH secretion. In second trimester and third trimester of pregnancy, the pituitary gland secretes LH and FSH. LH and FSH levels peaks in mid-pregnancy as the first ovarian follicle and seminiferous tubule matures. So what is trimester? Trimester ki? Trimesters of pregnancy. What is trimester? Huh? বল, জোরে বল। স্টেজে, হ্যাঁ স্টেজ কিভাবে ভাগ করা হয়? হ্যাঁ, 3 months. The total duration of the pregnancy is divided into 3 parts, that is first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. Each time period is approximately 3 months. Okay. So second and third trimester of pregnancy, the pituitary gland secretes LH and FSH. The LH and FSH level, এটা কিন্তু ফিটাসের ক্ষেত্রে, এটা ম্যাটারনাল বডি নয়, ফিটাস। The LH and FSH levels peak in mid-pregnancy because at that time the first ovarian follicle and seminiferous tubule matures in baby, in fetus. Okay. In males, FSH stimulates Sertoli cell proliferation. The Sertoli cell produces AMH. AMH কি জানিস? AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone. AMH আমরা পরে আসছি, which causes the involution of the Mullerian duct, preventing the formation of the female internal genitalia. So Mullerian duct, you already know from your anatomy, embryology. Mullerian duct পড়েছিস তো? So Mullerian duct, FSH stimulates Sertoli cell proliferation. The Sertoli cell produces AMH. AMH is anti-Mullerian hormone, which causes involution of Mullerian duct, preventing the formation of female internal genitalia. FSH enhances the production of androgen binding protein by Sertoli cell. So androgen binding protein production Sertoli cell increase করবে. So this will help in action of testosterone. Okay, testosterone is a type of androgen. So by this androgen binding protein, testosterone will act in Sertoli cell. FSH stimulates primary spermatocyte to undergo its first division of meiosis to form a secondary spermatocyte. তাহলে FSH কি করছে? FSH from primary spermatocyte to secondary spermatocyte হতে হেল্প করছে, and also it enhances the production of androgen binding protein so that testosterone can act on Sertoli cell. So what FSH does in female? In female, the function of FSH is growth and maintenance of the Graafian follicle. That's why it is called follicular stimulating hormone, because growth of maturation of Graafian follicle. Synthesis of own receptor in granulosa cell. FSH acts on granulosa cell which produces estrogen, and synthesis of LH receptor in theca and granulosa cell. So FSH helps synthesis of LH receptor in theca and granulosa cell, and synthesis of its own receptor in granulosa cell. Okay, so FSH acts on granulosa cell which produces estrogen. Actually, estrogen is synthesized from, so FSH helps in synthesis of the receptor of its own, that means of FSH, and also of LH. FSH levels start rising soon following the onset of menstruation, reaches peak on 12th day and comes to the baseline around 18th day. So FSH in male, it helps in spermatogenesis, and in case of female, it helps in growth and maturation of Graafian follicle. Then disease linked to elevated FSH level. So these are the diseases where you can see elevated FSH level. That is premature ovarian failure. Premature ovarian failure. It is partial or total loss of reproductive and hormonal function of the ovaries before the age of 40. That means there will be early onset of menopause. What is the age of menopause? It is around 45 to 50 years. If menopause comes before the age of 40, then it is called premature ovarian failure. Then premature ovarian aging, that is diminished ovarian reserve. Ovarian reserve means low number of remaining oocyte. Okay, this is called premature ovarian aging. Then gonadal dysgenesis. Gonadal dysgenesis means congenital developmental disorder of reproductive system characterized by a progressive loss of primordial germ cell on the developing gonads of an embryo. Okay, so the primordial germ cell, there will be progressive loss of primordial germ cell. So no germ cell, so no follicle, so there will be decreased FSH level. And also in this case, premature ovarian aging, that means diminished ovarian reserve. Ovarian reserve means decreased number of oocyte. So decreased number of oocyte, so the FSH, decreased number of oocyte means there will be no synthesis of estrogen. So no synthesis of estrogen means no inhibition towards FSH. So the FSH level will increase. In case of premature ovarian follicle, the menopause is occurring early, that is before age of 40. So there will be no active follicle. So there will be diminished synthesis of estrogen, so the negative inhibition will not be there, so FSH level increases. And in case of gonadal dysgenesis, also there is loss of primordial germ cell. So primordial germ cell loss, that means same here, there is no inhibition of estrogen and progesterone will not be synthesized, so there will be no inhibition in synthesis of FSH, so the level of FSH will increase. Then castration is surgical removal of the gonads. Okay, so absence of gonads or diminished activity of gonads, these all condition will lead to increase or elevated FSH level. Okay, গোনাডে যদি কোনো সমস্যা থাকে, যদি ঠিকঠাক ফাংশন করতে না পারে, তাহলে কি হবে? ইনহিবিটরি এফেক্ট চলে যাবে, সো দেয়ার উইল বি মোর অ্যান্ড মোর FSH. So these are also the other cause, that is testicular insufficiency or testicular failure. Then certain genetic disorder, that is Klinefelter syndrome and Turner syndrome. In Turner syndrome there is কি abnormality হয়? একটা সিঙ্গেল এক্স ক্রোমোজোম থাকে, আর এখানে Klinefelter syndrome এটা এক্সট্রা এক্স ক্রোমোজোম. Okay, so in this condition FSH level is also increased. Specific variants of congenital adrenal hyperplasia, in this case also FSH level is elevated. Now coming to decreased FSH level. Decreased FSH level is seen in polycystic ovarian syndrome. What is polycystic ovarian syndrome? Janish, any idea? There is cyst in the ovary. Okay, there is multiple tiny cysts in the ovary and ovulation does not occur. So this is called polycystic ovarian syndrome. So decreased FSH level is seen in polycystic ovarian syndrome, then hypothalamic suppression, hypopituitarism, and also in hyperprolactinemia. When there is increased prolactin level, then FSH level will decrease. So LH helps in production of estrogen and also secretion of the progesterone. LH level remains almost static throughout the cycle except at least 12 hours before the ovulation. 12 hours before the ovulation there is LH surge. Okay, there is LH surge. FSH acts on granulosa cell to produce estrogen. Estrogen and FSH together lead to development of LH receptor on the granulosa cell. So LH action starts, then there is increased estrogen production. So increased estrogen production, this leads to sharp rise of LH secretion. This sharp rise of LH secretion, this is LH surge. Initiation of formation of the corpus luteum is also done by LH surge. So after LH surge, the ovum will be released and there will be corpus luteum. If fertilization does not occur, what will happen? Then regression of the CL means corpus luteum will occur, which starts on 24th day. Prostaglandin secreted from corpus luteum, it prevents the action of LH on luteal cell. The LH level is also low due to feedback inhibition from the progesterone. The corpus luteum becomes inactive, hormone secretion from it stops, estrogen progesterone becomes very low and menstruation starts. So abnormal level of LH is seen. The increased level of serum LH is primary gonadal dysfunction, polycystic ovary syndrome, postmenopausal woman and pituitary adenoma. Serum level of LH is decreased in pituitary hypothalamic impairment and in case of severe illness. যদি টাইম থাকে এটা পরে ডেসক্রাইব করছি কারণ অনেক কিছু পড়ার আছে। You already read the menstrual cycle in menstruation cycle in physiology. পড়েছিস তো? টাইম থাকলে পরে বলছি। So coming to the androgen. So androgen is not a single hormone. It is a group of hormone and it consists testosterone, DHT, androstenedione. What is DHT? What is DHT? Dihydrotestosterone. So from testosterone the enzyme is 5-alpha reductase and DHT is produced from testosterone. And the other androgens are DHEA. What is DHEA? DHEA, dihydroepiandrosterone, and DHEA is dihydroepiandrosterone sulfate. They are synthesized from adrenaline cortex. Okay, so androgen is synthesized from gonad and also from adrenal cortex. Okay, that is what janis. So androgen it is a group of hormone and it consists testosterone, DHT, androstenedione and also DHEA and DHEAS. Adrenal androgen they are less potent. Either DHEA, DHEAS they are less potent and cannot maintain reproductive system in absence of testosterone. They can act only along with testosterone because they are less potent. Ovaries are also produce some amount of androgen. এটা একটু নোট করো, ovaries also produce some amount of androgen. মনে হতে পারে androgen is a male hormone, but ovaries also produce some amount of androgen. So androgen is synthesis occurs in Leydig cell. The precursor molecule of androgen is বল, এটা তোদের জন্য রেখেছি গ্যাপটা। precursor molecule মানে কি? যেটা থেকে সিনথেসিস হয়। কি থেকে সিনথেসিস হয় androgen? হ্যাঁ, very good, cholesterol থেকে। all the steroids hormone are secreted from cholesterol. So cholesterol is the precursor molecule. LH stimulates steroidogenesis, আমরা তো দেখলাম আগের স্লাইডে, by enhancing the cholesterol transport. Testosterone exerts feedback control over the hypothalamus and pituitary. So when testosterone level increases, it will send negative feedback. Androgen along with FSH cause the Sertoli cell to produce inhibin. It plays an important role in promoting spermatogenesis and testosterone production. So what is function of the testosterone? It helps in development of male gonads during embryonic growth, including induces the male secondary sexual characteristics at puberty. Testosterone required for initiation and maintenance of spermatogenesis. So this main function is spermatogenesis. It activates the metabolic, increases the metabolic rate. That's why it is called anabolic steroid. And testosterone, it helps to enhance the bulk of the skeletal muscle, and it reduces the deposition of the fat. Okay, it plays an important part in stimulation of erythropoiesis. Okay, erythropoiesis. Testosterone stimulates erythropoiesis. Okay, that's why male has more number of the RBC. Right? So more number of RBC compared to female. This is due to action of testosterone. It stimulates the erythropoiesis, that means synthesis of the red blood cell. It promotes mineralization. Testosterone promotes mineralization, that means so that there will be growth of the long bone and before the closure of the epiphyseal plate. After closure of the epiphyseal plate, there will be no growth. Okay, so before closure of the epiphyseal plate, growth of the long bone is maintained by the testosterone. So abnormality associated with androgen defect. So hypogonadism means deficiency of testosterone. So hypogonadism may be primary or secondary. Amra primary kokhon bolbo when the underlying pathology is within gonads, and secondary kokhon bolbo when the pathology is in anterior pituitary or in hypothalamus. This is called secondary. Okay, so hypogonadism may be primary or secondary. So in that case, there will be deficiency of testosterone. Then testicular feminization syndrome or androgen resistance syndrome. In that case, testosterone amount is normal, but body is resistance to testosterone. Testosterone কাজ করতে পারছে না because there is androgen resistance syndrome, defect in receptor. Okay. So in testicular feminization syndrome, genotype will be XY, but the person will have female traits. Abnormal high E2. E2 means estrogen. This is a type of estrogen. Abnormal high E2 may cause gynecomastia in case of male. Okay. Now coming to estrogen. Estrogen, there are three types of estrogen: E1, E2 and E3. E1 is estrone, E2 is estradiol and E3 is estriol. Among these, E2 is the most potent, and E2 is secreted by ovary and E3 by placenta. Okay, so E2 is the most potent. Estrogen is secreted by the ovarian follicle. Okay, ovarian follicle. Then after ovulation from corpus luteum, and then if fertilization occurs, then it will be synthesized from placenta. So estrogen will be synthesized from ovarian follicle, corpus luteum and placenta. Synthesis of estrogen is under control of LH and FSH. If fertilization occurs, corpus luteum persists and continuously produces estrogen and progesterone up to 8 weeks of pregnancy. After that, placenta takes over the function. Okay, so up to 8 weeks of pregnancy, estrogen will be produced from corpus luteum. After that, it will be synthesized from placenta. If fertilization does not occur, then corpus luteum will regress, so the estrogen production will stop. At the term of pregnancy, amount of estrogen increases. Term of pregnancy মানে কি রে? একদম last, before delivery. Okay. At the term of pregnancy, amount of estrogen increases. It may increase the number of oxytocin receptor. Oxytocin, it is required for contraction of the uterus, so that delivery of the baby can occur. So it increases the number of oxytocin receptor to facilitate contraction of the uterus. Estrogen stimulates ductal growth and progesterone stimulates glandular growth of the breast. Estrogen, progesterone synthesized from cholesterol. You already know estrogen produced by aromatization of the androgen. What happens? androgen is synthesized in the theca cell. Okay, then androgen is transported into the granulosa cell, and where androgen is converted into the estrogen by adding one extra aromatic ring. Okay, so estrogen is produced from the androgen. বোঝা গেছে? Androgen is produced in the theca cell. Theca cell কোথায় থাকে? Theca cell granulosa cell গুলো কোথায় থাকে? কি রে? ওভারি না টেস্টিস কোথায় থাকে থিকা সেল? টেস্টিসে? থিকা সেল, গ্রানুলোসা সেল এগুলো ওভারিতে থাকে। Biochemical and physiological role of estrogen. So estrogen, it stimulates the growth of ovary and the follicle. It prepares the endometrium for action of progesterone, promotes secretion of prolactin, but inhibits milk production effect, lowers the plasma cholesterol level, that is increases HDL fraction and decreases LDL fraction. Okay, so females are less prone to cardiovascular disease. You know the term females are less prone to cardiovascular disease because estrogen is a cardioprotective. Estrogen cardioprotective. Keno cardioprotective? It increases HDL. HDL is good cholesterol, and it decreases LDL. LDL is bad cholesterol. So estrogen is a cardioprotective. That's why female has more estrogen. That's why females are less prone to developing cardiovascular diseases. Okay. It can come as explained by question. Estrogen is also helps in mineralization of bones in females. It stimulates the growth spurt of external genitalia during puberty. Now coming to progesterone. Along with estrogen, it helps to regulate the menstrual cycle. It is especially important for implantation and maintenance of the pregnancy. So progesterone is synthesized from corpus luteum, and during pregnancy, placenta becomes the major source, and minor sources are adrenal cortex in case of both male and females, and from testes also some little amount of progesterone is synthesized. So what is the role of progesterone? It converts estrogen primed endometrium to actively secreting tissue to allow implant of blastocyst. That means main role of progesterone is to maintain the pregnancy. Decrease myometrial contraction and movement of fallopian tube. এটা কখন হবে? যে ফার্স্ট স্টেজে ডিক্রিজ মায়োমেট্রিয়াল কন্ট্রাকশন আর মুভমেন্ট অফ ফ্যালোপিয়ান টিউব। কারণ যদি ফার্স্ট স্টেজে মায়োমেট্রিয়াল কন্ট্রাকশন হয় আর মুভমেন্ট অফ ফ্যালোপিয়ান টিউব হয় তাহলে কি হবে? অ্যাবর্শন হয়ে যাবে। সো ইট প্রিভেন্টস দ্য অ্যাবর্শন। ওকে, now coming to the HCG. What is full form of HCG? Human chorionic gonadotropin. Human chorionic gonadotropin. As I have already discussed that HCG is a glycoprotein. HCG is a glycoprotein, and it has alpha subunit and beta subunit, and this alpha subunit is similar with FSH, LH and TSH, and the beta subunit is unique. That's why we measure beta HCG. Okay, beta HCG. We measure beta HCG. The beta subunit generated by syncytotrophoblast possesses a unique configuration that serves the earliest definitive clinical indicator of the pregnancy. So to confirm the pregnancy, we measure beta HCG. Okay, so it ensures the survival and function of the corpus luteum during the first 6 to 8 weeks of gestation. It triggers corpus luteum to release progesterone that is vital for maintenance of the pregnancy. It promotes testosterone production by stimulating Leydig cell in the developing male fetus. It prevents the mother's immune system from rejecting the fetus, treating as a compatible graft. আচ্ছা, ফিটাস যখন একটা ফিটাস ডেভেলপ করে তাহলে মাদার বডি কি সেন্স করবে? দ্যাট ইট ইজ এ ফরেন বডি, সো দ্য ইমিউন সিস্টেম মাস্ট বি অ্যাক্টিভেটেড, ওকে, এগেইনস্ট দ্য ফিটাস, বাট HCG prevents this maternal immune system to reject the fetus. Okay, so HCG has an important role. It enhances steroid hormone production in both adrenal gland and placenta. It activates the maternal thyroid gland through its thyroid stimulating properties. Okay, So these are the roles of the HCG. So HCG is synthesized from কোথা থেকে সিক্রেশন হচ্ছে? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ সিনসাইটোটোকোপ্লাস্ট। So standard HCG concentration in male and in female, that means in non-pregnant condition, the value both remains below 5 microinternational unit per liter. HCG can be detected in the bloodstream roughly 6 to 8 days following fertilization. If fertilization occurs, then after fertilization within 6 to 8 days, HCG can be detected in the bloodstream. In early pregnancy, the hormones amount doubles approximately every 2 days, continuing this pattern until around 10 weeks. মানে each 2 day কি হবে HCG concentration ডাবল হতে থাকবে, and এটা কতদিন অবধি কন্টিনিউ হবে না up to 10 weeks. During the second trimester, HCG reaches its maximum level. So you can see that HCG concentration is rising, and you can see within 1 week it is from 50 to 500. So there is rapid increase in the HCG level, and this rising, and this is around 13 weeks. That means 13 weeks means it is which trimester? Post trimester fall করছে 13 মানে second trimester পড়ে যাচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? So in second trimester the concentration of HCG is highest, and after that it falls, okay, and around 40 weeks, that means around the time of the delivery, the level falls to the baseline. So increased HCG level is seen in case of multiple pregnancy. That means there is more than one fetus, so definitely HCG concentration will be more. It is seen in case of molar pregnancy. What is molar pregnancy? In molar pregnancy, instead of fetus, there is hydatiform mole. This is an abnormal condition. In the uterus, there is not living fetus. You can see there is hydatiform mole. This is called molar pregnancy. So molar pregnancy, there will be very high level of HCG. If you measure the HCG level in blood and if the level is very high, then you can suspect that the uterus contains a hydatiform mole instead of a living fetus. So this is called molar pregnancy. Then in case of choriocarcinoma, in case of germ cell tumor, and HCG secretion by primary liver cancer cell. Also there are some drug which induces the HCG production. So increased HCG is seen in case of multiple pregnancy, and in case of molar pregnancy, and in case of certain tumor, that is choriocarcinoma and germ cell tumor. Okay, so these are the important cause of increased HCG level. So low HCG level is seen in case of early pregnancy. Okay, early pregnancy means 6 to 8 days. Before 6 to 8 days, if we measure the HCG level, then the amount will be less. Presence of an ectopic pregnancy. What is ectopic pregnancy? Ectopic মানে কি? হ্যাঁ বল। Abnormal site when the fertilized ovum is not implanted in the uterus, but rather it is implanted in the other side. Generally it is in fallopian tube. Then it is called ectopic pregnancy. So in case of ectopic pregnancy, the HCG level will be low. Intrauterine fetal death. If there is intrauterine fetal death, that means before delivery, if fetus dies within the uterus, then the condition is called intrauterine fetal death, and in this condition HCG level will be low. Then in case of miscarriage means spontaneous abortion, then also HCG level will be low. Now coming to prolactin. Prolactin is synthesized from কোথা থেকে? Anterior pituitary, and the cell is called lactotropic cell. For LH and FSH, the name of the cell was gonadotropic cell, and this is lactotropic cell. Hyperplasia of lactotrop is induced by estrogen during last 2 trimesters of the pregnancy. Its release is stimulated by TRH. TRH means about thyrotropin releasing hormone, and PIF, that is prolactin inhibitory factor. Prolactin controls the initiation and maintenance of lactation. Prolactin secretion also happens in pulsatile manner. Hyperprolactinemia is a cause of infertility. Okay, is a cause of infertility in females. Because hyperprolactinemia, it inhibits the FSH secretion. Okay, so FSH is needed for follicular development. So there will be no ovulation or release of egg. So there will be infertility. So main function of the prolactin is initiation and maintenance of lactation. This is the main function of prolactin, and prolactin is synthesized from lactotropic cell of anterior pituitary, and it is under control of hypothalamus. Then coming to AMH, that is anti-Mullerian hormone. Anti-Mullerian hormone, it is also a glycoprotein hormone. It belongs to transforming growth factor beta, TGF beta group. Okay, it belongs to TGF beta group. So in male embryo, anti-Mullerian hormone is switched on in Sertoli cell of the developing testis. AMH acts to block the development of Mullerian duct. আচ্ছা, Mullerian duct থেকে কি তৈরি হয়? From your embryology, it gives rise to which part? Part of, you say part of female organ or male organ? From Mullerian duct, female organ. So the female organ, it gives rise to development of female organ, that is fallopian tube, uterus and upper part of vagina. So it must be absent in male body. Okay, so anti-Mullerian hormone, it blocks the development of Mullerian duct in male body. Okay, so that's why the name is anti-Mullerian. Anti means it is blocking the Mullerian duct, so that the female parts is not present in male body. Okay, so anti-Mullerian, so AMH acts to block the development of Mullerian duct. In females, AMH is produced by granulosa cell in developing ovarian follicle. Okay, প্রথমে হচ্ছে না, যখন ovarian follicle তৈরি হয়ে গেছে and it under the stage of development, then AMH is produced, especially in early, that means pre-antral and small antral stages. AMH is present in the ovaries until menopause. It regulates how many follicles are recruited from resting pool, helping to control which one becomes dominant and is selected for ovulation. So AMH is present in male as well as female, but the role of AMH in case of male, it is more in embryonic stage. Okay, but in case of female, it starts produce during the development of ovarian follicle. Okay. So what is clinical application of anti-Mullerian hormone? It is used as a marker to estimate a woman's ovarian reserve. Ovarian reserve means how many oocytes is present in the ovary. Okay. AMH is produced by the small and growing follicles in the ovary. Higher AMH level means higher reserve, and lower anti-Mullerian hormone reserve means lower reserve. So AMH is produced from small and growing follicles. Mature follicle থেকে নয় কিন্তু, when the molecules are small and it is growing, that is antral and pre-antral phase, from that follicles AMH is secreted. So by seeing the AMH level, we can take an idea that about the reserve of the ovary. Reserve of the ovary means how many follicles are there. The number of the follicles is at larger amount or it's smaller amount. So higher AMH level means larger reserve, and lower AMH level means diminished reserve. Larger reserve মানে কি? মানে the woman is more fertile. Okay, আর smaller reserve মানে কি? Diminished reserve মানে less fertile. মানে fertility chance অনেক বেশি থাকবে যদি AMH level high থাকে. In males, inadequate embryonal AMH activity can lead to persistent Mullerian duct syndrome. So deficiency of AMH means the Mullerian duct will remain in the male body, so it will converted into uterus. So you can see rudimentary uterus is present, and testes are usually undescended. Undescended testis মানে কি? এমব্রায়োলজিতে পড়েছিস তো টেস্টিস, তাহলে টেস্টিস স্যাকে না এসে আপার লেভেলে কোথাও থাকে, মানে টেস্টিসটা যে ডিসেন্ডেন্ট হয় সেটা হবে না, ঠিক আছে। সো if there is decrease or inadequate activity of anti-Mullerian hormone, then rudimentary uterus can be seen in case of male body and testis will be undescended. AMH measurements have also become widely used in the evaluation of testicular presence. So if a patient of intersex variation or ambiguous genitalia or with crypt orchidism comes, then we can measure the AMH level if to evaluation the presence of the testicular testis. Okay. So in case of female, AMH is a marker for the ovarian result, and in case of male, it is the marker for presence of testicle. Okay. So clinical application, that is fertility assessment, যেটা বলছিলাম fertility assessment, comparison of an individual's AMH level with respect to average level is useful in fertility assessment as it provides a guide to ovarian result. In vitro fertilization, if anti-Mullerian hormone level is less than or equal to 5.4, it predicts low response to gonadotropin stimulation in IVF. While the level is greater than 5.4, then it predicts a high response. Okay, so these are all related to fertility. It is also a biomarker of polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, that is the another name of polycystic ovarian disease. Now the important part, that is prenatal screening. Prenatal screening কি রে, কি মনে হচ্ছে নামটা শুনে? হ্যাঁ, সো আমরা কিছু টেস্ট করে থাকি, যে প্রিনেটাল টেস্টিং that may be offered to a woman during pregnancy to determine if the fetus has any genetic defect or not. Okay, so to determine this we can do some tests. So it can be offered all pregnant women irrespective of the age. So what are the indication? যদিও যে কোনো এজের ক্ষেত্রে এটা করা যেতে পারে, but age is an indication, because as the maternal age increases, that means if it is more than 35 years of the maternal age, then the chance of having a baby with a chromosomal abnormality increases. Okay, যত age increase করবে, chance of chromosomal abnormality will increase. That means after 35 years of maternal age. So the age of the mother is the most common reason for prenatal testing. Then second cause is family history or previous child with a genetic defect condition. Okay, then parents who are known carriers of a specific genetic condition, as for example carrier of beta thalassemia. Okay, then abnormal ultrasound findings or screening test result. So these are the condition or indication where prenatal screening test is offered to a pregnant woman. Okay, এই কন্ডিশনে আমরা prenatal screening test করব। কি করি আমরা? That procedure of screening test, there are 2 times we offer the screening test. The first is during the first trimester, that is around 11 to 14 weeks. তাহলে first trimester একবার করব screening test, this is around 11 to 14 weeks. তো কি করি? একটা হলো blood test, one is blood test and one is USG, that means ultrasonography. So blood test এ কি আছে দেখ, this is called dual marker means দুটো হরমোন আছে দেখ, one is HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin HCG, and another is PAPPA, that is pregnancy associated plasma protein A, and HCG. These are called dual marker. এখানে লেখা নেই, dual markerটা একটু নোট করে নে, these are called dual marker, that is HCG and pregnancy associated plasma protein A. So this is blood test. And USG, in USG what we will see, that is nuchal translucency. It is a fluid, ultrasound এ দেখা যায়, it is a fluid filled space between the soft tissue and the skin of the neck of the fetus. ঠিক আছে, দেখ বোঝা যাচ্ছে? এটা হলো আল্ট্রাসাউন্ড। আল্ট্রাসাউন্ডে এরকম দেখা যায়, ঠিক আছে। এটা ফিটাস, বোঝা যাচ্ছে এই যে ফিটাসের এটা ফেস বোঝা যাচ্ছে। এই দেখ, এটা হলো ফিটাসের নেক, এই গ্যাপটা দেখেছিস, there is a gap, this is between the soft tissue and the skin, there is a gap and this is fluid filled, the gap is fluid filled and this part is called nuchal translucency. If the gap is more than 3 millimeter, then the fetus is at risk, ঠিক আছে। more than 3 millimeter যদি হয় তাহলে রিস্ক আছে। so this is nuchal translucency. So in first trimester we do a ultrasound scan and we perform a blood test, that is dual marker, and in USG we see nuchal translucency. So in second trimester there is another scan and the markers are triple, there that was dual and here it is triple and quadruple. In triple test there is MSAFP. MSAFP means কি মনে হচ্ছে শুনে? maternal serum alpha fetoprotein. This is actually alpha fetoprotein. E3, E3 means estriol. E1, E2, E3 বললাম, so E3 is estriol. U means unconjugated estriol, and HCG you all know that is human chorionic gonadotropin. This is triple মানে 3, and quadruple test means there will be triple test along with inhibin A. Okay, so these are the blood tests, and along with blood test there is on anomaly scan. This is also a USG, that is ultrasonography. This is anomaly scan. It is done around the week of 18 to 20 weeks. Okay, to check the baby's physical development, organ structure and placenta. So these tests are done in second trimester. So there are prenatal screening, it happens in first trimester and in second trimester. This screening test is not just analyzing some blood result, it integrates various factors such as maternal age, ethnicity and blood test result. মানে শুধু এই ব্লাড টেস্ট গুলো করে নিলাম, সেটা দেখে বলে দিলাম যে পেশেন্ট ইজ এট রিস্ক অর নট, সেটা কিন্তু নয়। তার সাথে অনেক কিছু দেখা হয়, maternal age, ethnicity and all other results. Okay, and it gives an estimate of risk but not give a definitive diagnosis. রিস্ক আছে সেটা কেবল এস্টিমেট করা যায়, কিন্তু পেশেন্টের মানে ফিটাসের কি ডিফেক্ট আছে, কি ডিজিজ আছে, সেটা কিন্তু আমরা ডায়াগনোসিস করতে পারি না। সেটা ডায়াগনোসিস করার জন্য কি করতে হয়? ফার্দার উই পারফর্ম সাম ইনভেসিভ প্রসিডিওর, দ্যাট ইজ কোরিওনিক ভিলাস স্যাম্পলিং অর অ্যামনিওসেন্টেসিস। ওটা ফার্দার প্রসিডিওর, দ্যাট ইজ ইনভেসিভ মানে ভেতরে তো ফিটাসের তাতে মানে মিসক্যারেজের চান্সও হতে পারে বা অন্যান্য কিছু ডিফেক্টও হয়ে যেতে পারে, দ্যাট ওয়াজ ইনভেসিভ। বাট দিস স্ক্রিনিং টেস্ট আর নন ইনভেসিভ। ওকে, এতে কোনো ফিটাসের কোনো ক্ষতি হবে না। So if we found that there is any risk, then we further perform some invasive procedure, that is chorionic villus sampling or amniocentesis. So roughly কিভাবে risk estimate করা হয় from blood result, এটা roughly estimation, that is from this screening test we can predict or we can estimate if there is risk of trisomy 21, that is Down syndrome, or there is risk of trisomy 18, that is Edwards syndrome, or there is neural tube defect. Okay, neural tube defect. So you can see in case of neural tube defect, all the parameters will be not available except there is high alpha fetoprotein. In case of Edwards syndrome, that is trisomy 18, all the parameters will be low. ঠিক আছে, এটা তোদের কিন্তু সিলেবাসে মেনশন করা আছে, প্রিনেটাল স্ক্রিনিং এ তো কোশ্চেনে আসতে পারে। And in case of trisomy 21, that is Down syndrome, 2 parameters low and 2 high. HCG and inhibin A is high, and AFP and unconjugated estriol is low. So this is the interpretation of the markers. So if a question comes as prenatal screening test, তাহলে কি লিখবি বল? প্রথমে বলবি what is prenatal screening? Prenatal screening means prenatal testing can be offered to a woman during pregnancy to determine whether there is any genetic defect present or not in fetus. Okay, so indication মানে কাদেরকে prenatal test করাবে, যদিও it can be offered all the pregnant women irrespective of age, but the indications are maternal age more than 35 years, then family history or previous child born with a genetic defect, আগের চাইল্ডটা যদি কোনো জেনেটিক ডিফেক্ট থাকে তাহলে নেক্সট টাইম করা হবে। or parents are known carrier of specific genetic condition যেমন carrier of beta thalassemia, then abnormal ultrasounding found and screening test result, তার মানে প্রিভিয়াস স্ক্রিনিং টেস্টে যদি কোনো অ্যাবনর্মাল রেজাল্ট পেয়ে থাকি তাহলে নেক্সট ট্রাইমেস্টারে আমরা আবার স্ক্রিনিং টেস্ট অফার করব। সো দিস আর দ্য ইন্ডিকেশন। তাহলে জিনিসটা কি লিখবি, তারপরে দেন ইউ হ্যাভ টু রাইট দ্য ইন্ডিকেশন। আফটার দ্যাট দ্য প্রসিডিওর, দ্যাট ইজ ফার্স্ট ট্রাইমেস্টার। ফার্স্ট ট্রাইমেস্টারে কি দেখা হচ্ছে, কি রে, 1 USG and blood test. Blood test is dual marker আর USG তে mucal translucency, okay. And in second trimester কি দেখছি, there is also an USG and blood test. Blood test may be ট্রিপলও করতে পারি, কোয়াড্রুপলও করতে পারি। সো ট্রিপল টেস্টে কি কি আছে, আলফা ফিটোপ্রোটিন, আর এটা হলো ইস্ট্রায়ল আর HCG, আর কোয়াড্রুপলে এটার সঙ্গে ইনহিবিন A। আর অ্যানোমালি স্ক্যানে কি দেখা হয়, অ্যানোমালি স্ক্যানে যে বেবির ডেভেলপমেন্ট ঠিকঠাক হচ্ছে কিনা, মানে অর্গানগুলো ঠিকঠাক ফর্ম হয়েছে কিনা, ঠিক আছে। সো ফিজিক্যাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট এন্ড অর্গান স্ট্রাকচার অফ দ্য প্লাসেন্টা ইজ সিন ইন অ্যানোমালি স্ক্যান। দিস ইজ কল্ড অ্যানোমালি স্ক্যান, ঠিক আছে। এটা একটা ইউএসজি, কিন্তু যখন 18 to 20 উইকস অ্যারাউন্ড করি তখন দেন ইট ইজ কল্ড অ্যানোমালি স্ক্যান। So prenatal testing, it gives an estimate of risk but does not give a definitive diagnosis, ঠিক আছে। ফার্দার ডায়াগনোসিস করতে গেলে আমাকে ক্যারিওটাইপ করতে হবে জিনের ফিটাসের।